The scene opens with a group of sharply dressed men navigating a busy hallway, each step echoing the weight of their purpose. The atmosphere shifts to a dining room where the same men gather around tables, indulging in food while engaging in hushed conversations. Among them, a man, clearly exasperated, leans back with a cigarette, mumbling "damn it," as he contemplates the situation. Two men stand to the side, one expressing disbelief about an unusual death, while the other responds with a contemplative "hmm." A curious glance is exchanged as someone walks past, prompting a questioning expression from one of the men. The mysterious figure, identified as Damn, claims he's just stepping out, carrying a box, his intentions unclear. As Damn walks away, another man comments on the shock Damn must be feeling, but something seems off. Alarm rises as the observers recognize the box in Damn's hands, realizing it's linked to something significant, and they urgently call out, "Wang Dam." Wang Dam's whereabouts are a mystery as a man frantically demands answers. His lackeys nervously explain that Wang Dam just went out for some air. But something's afoot outside. A motorcycle revs up dramatically, startling a group of men. The tension is palpable as they react with shock and urgency, clearly unprepared for this unexpected twist. A furious shout cuts through the air, branding the mysterious rider as a lunatic. But who is this enigmatic figure on the bike? Our mysterious rider, with his long black locks and striking armband, defiantly tells his uncle to live well without him. Is he running away from something, or towards it? Things get spicy. As the rider speeds away, accusations fly about stolen condolence money. But the rider coolly claims it's his inheritance, adding fuel to the fire. Back inside, chaos reigns as orders are shouted to grab car keys. Meanwhile, someone else bursts in, declaring an emergency. What on earth is happening here? The scene is chaotic as a crowd gathers, and someone urgently declares, it's an emergency. The atmosphere is tense, and everyone's on edge. Inside, there's a massive stack of items, maybe offerings or tributes. Someone questions, what is it? As the name Wang Dam is mentioned, adding to the mystery. A solemn portrait of a man in a suit is displayed, his face obscured, creating an air of intrigue around his identity. Switching gears, we see a person cruising through the city on a motorcycle, pondering how people adapt to their environments. In a surprising twist, a box filled with cash dramatically bursts open, spilling money everywhere, hinting at a sudden change in circumstances. More cash continues to fly out of the box, painting a picture of unexpected wealth or chaos. In the heart of a bustling city, a young man with a ponytail strolls through a scene where money is literally flying everywhere. It's like a weird, unplanned cash grab party. The pondering continues as we see a girl sitting on some steps, phone in hand, deep in thought. She's wondering if living like this is really the way to go. Switching over, a sharp-looking businessman seems caught off guard, surrounded by swirling bills. Is he in on this whirlwind of cash? Back to the girl, who's now watching a motorcyclist zoom past, leaving a trail of money behind. It's like the ultimate money trail, but not in the way you'd expect. Over on a busy bridge, some folks notice something's amiss. What the hell? The lid's open? They shout, as if someone just left the cookie jar wide open. Amidst the chaos, someone realizes they need to check their stash. Damn it, how much money's left? Let me see, they mutter, peeking into a box. Probably not the best day. In the heart of the city, we meet our enigmatic protagonist, clutching a thick bundle of cash. The look in his eyes suggests he's no stranger to high stakes and risk. What's he planning to do with all that dough? Our mysterious figure now gazes out over the city, perhaps contemplating his next move. The sunset paints the skyline in hues of gold, matching the ambition burning within him. A glimpse into the world he's part of, a tapestry of characters, each with their own story. From fierce fighters to strategic masterminds, this world is as dangerous as it is intriguing. The scene shifts to more key players, each with their own style and flair, as the title High Class boldly declares the world they're navigating. Brace yourself for a high-stakes adventure. You won't find another place like this around here, folks. Our scene opens with a nighttime view of the dope Gashuan, a unique haven for students. It's got a bit of everything, a shared kitchen, and a personality of its own. Inside, two characters stroll down a hallway. One, looking like a guide, states that at this rate, they'll never find a place like this again. Except for the shared kitchen, the room's got everything needed. Talk about a sweet deal. Now we peek into the kitchen, and it's got that retro charm. The guide says it's got a feel to it, some specific vibe. It's like stepping back in time, but with a modern twist. The ceiling's creaky, and the guide calls it a classic vibe. Classic, you say? Sounds like a place with stories to tell, where every creak and crack has a tale. In a humorous exchange, the guide is asked if the vibe is from the Korean War era. The response is a chuckle and a compliment on the new tenant's sense of humor. But the guide isn't joking. Then, a new character enters in a purple tracksuit, reminding them that food smells, so eating should happen only in the kitchen. Oh, and they've got a strict policy on kitchen usage. The newcomer in the tracksuit adds an air of mystery. Who are they, and what role do they play in this quirky Gashuan? Back to the guide, who explains the unique situation. The floors aren't differentiated by gender. That's why they're picky about who gets to stay here. A place for only the most trustworthy. The guide tells the new tenant they look normal enough to stay. It's like passing an unspoken test. Make sure to follow the rules, they say, before heading off to their next adventure. Congrats on moving in. Our main guy, with his tousled black hair and casual white tee, is greeted as he steps into his new place. But his expression suggests he's got a lot on his mind. After the initial excitement, he flops onto his bed with a big phew, feeling the weight of his journey settling in. Staring at the ceiling, he thinks to himself that it hasn't been the best start for a fresh beginning, considering all that's happened. A flashback reveals chaos as he recalls an incident where his secret stash was exposed, leading to most of it being donated for public good. Now he's left figuring out how to pay his rent. With a hand over his face, he tries to find a silver lining amidst his troubles. Looking at his hanging uniform, he takes a bit of comfort in the fact that it wasn't too expensive. Suddenly, his phone lights up with a call. He can't believe his ears as he shouts, "Soul, are you out of your mind?" The scene kicks off with a young man telling his uncle to stop calling him because he's not coming back. The uncle's voice booms through the phone, questioning if the young man even knows what kind of place Soul is, and how he could just leave without discussing it. The young man seems unbothered, holding a phone at the railing, looking out at the city. The uncle, still on the phone, accuses the young man of not seeking help because he wouldn't have stopped him anyway. The young man, surrounded by suited individuals, coolly asks if he has enough to settle down properly. Switching back to the young man, he's leaning against a railing, revealing he brought condolence money with him. It turns out there's about 500,000 won in his possession. His uncle, on the other end, is not impressed. A realization hits the uncle hard. "How much did you say?" he questions. The young man nonchalantly mentions the lid popped open on the way, leaving only 500,000 won. The uncle's disbelief is palpable. Explosion time? The uncle's voice is now a roar, exclaiming that there was way more than just 500,000 won in there. The young man is accused of not understanding the money's importance. The uncle is fuming, explaining that so many people contributed to gather that money for the boss. The young man's casual attitude about the money is like pouring fuel on a fire. The uncle declares that the young man must pay back the whole 50 million won. The young man, trying to lighten the mood, offers to work as a delivery boy in Seoul. The uncle isn't buying it, mocking his delivery plan. The young man, standing confidently, declares that his business is his own. The uncle accuses him of running off without a plan, and the young man throws it back, suggesting the uncle doesn't have a grand plan either. A mysterious figure makes an intriguing offer. Graduate and become the #1 in a certain school, and a hefty debt of 50 million won will be forgotten. The person on the other end is surprised by the generosity, questioning the simplicity of taking over just one school. The mysterious figure hints that the task won't be as simple as it sounds, suggesting hidden challenges. The infamous school mentioned is Gangbuk High School, notoriously known as Pak High. where chaos and beatings are a common occurrence. Meet the school where most students have a reputation for being at the rock bottom, rough, and with nothing to lose. It's a place where survival means blending in or standing out for the right, or wrong, reasons. Enter our mysterious new student, who's surprisingly chill about the whole rough school thing. Turns out, this place isn't just trouble. It has a high graduation rate. But hey, who wants an easy ride to the top, right? The scene shifts to the school courtyard, bustling with students. The building stands tall, a mix of opportunity and chaos, as everyone heads inside for another day of whatever this place has in store. Inside, there's an encounter with a teacher or a staff member who looks a bit taken aback by the new student's presence. It's clear that this isn't your average new kid in town. Hallways filled with students in traditional uniforms give off an air of tension. A few heads turn as the new student walks through, drawing attention just by being there. Our new student strides confidently, exuding a vibe that's hard to ignore. They're surrounded by a group of students who might not be as welcoming. Whispers fly as some students take notice, commenting on the newcomers' faces. The rumors about them might just hold some truth, adding to the tension. A close-up of the new student's shoes, a symbol of determination as they step forward. Despite the tough crowd, they're ready to make their mark. Our mysterious protagonist strolls into the high school, thinking about how these kids are tough but still just high schoolers. He's standing in front of Year 3, Class 1, ready to make his mark. But oh, he's fired up. Not only did someone look down on him, but they also put 50 million won on the line. Time to show Ilwa and everyone else that he's on another level entirely. Inside the classroom, he plans a bold declaration. The students are about to witness something intense that will shake them up. Cue the dramatic entrance. Our guy's here to show he's high class, rolling in with style and determination. The classroom buzzes with whispers. Who's this punk? And first time seeing him, echo through the room. Everyone's curious about this new face. Is he a transfer student? One student wonders. And what's with his dramatic door-opening style? This guy's making an entrance, that's for sure. Meet Wang Dan from Taejun, a man with no time for chit-chat, as he sets the stage for an intense showdown. In a room crackling with tension, a figure demands to know the top dog, sending waves of unease through the crowd. Focus shifts to a student, pen poised, as the air thickens with suspense and a sense of impending drama. A menacing figure looms over a startled student, eyes aglow with intensity, as panic creeps into the room. Back in the classroom, students are absorbed in their studies, unaware of the brewing storm. Another classroom scene, where a student is deep in thought, furiously jotting down notes, while others are focused on their tasks. A student, perplexed by the situation, questions with a baffled ha as the mystery deepens. The scene erupts with a fiery confrontation as a character storms in, demanding answers about the chaos unfolding. The classroom is engulfed in tension. One of the students sarcastically retorts, claiming they're studying the holy calculus, questioning the intruder's sudden appearance. In a flash, a fight breaks out. The fiery character delivers a powerful kick, sending someone flying with a painful arc. Echoing in the room, the whole class is in shock, their eyes wide as they witness the unexpected turn of events. Who knew calculus could lead to such drama? The intruder questions the absurdity of studying in a place known for anything but academics, clearly baffled by the situation. Another student challenges the intruder, demanding to know his rank, while others speculate if he's lost his mind. With a fierce rebuttal, the intruder accuses the students of putting on an act, scoffing at the idea of studying amidst chaos. The intruder suggests everyone return to their usual brawling selves, calling out the greasy stains of leftover chaos, leaving students taken aback by his harsh words. Amidst the chaos, a mysterious figure is being questioned. Did someone actually threaten him with a knife to study? The tension is real, folks. Things escalate quickly as a group of menacing dudes decide that our mystery guy has gone too far. Their solution? Just kill him. Our mysterious protagonist seems more amused than afraid. With a sly grin, he's all in for the chaos that's about to unfold. A hand grips a chair tightly, setting the stage for an epic showdown. This fight is about to get wild. Chairs are flying and people are ducking. Our hero throws a chair with precision, sending his foes scrambling. A swift and brutal counterattack. One of the attackers gets slammed hard, leaving him reeling from the impact. Amidst the mayhem, shouts fill the air. It's a full-on brawl, and nobody's holding back. One of the attackers lunges with a fierce punch, shouting "Die!" But our protagonist is quick on his feet, dodging with style. An intense close-up of a ferocious face, rage and determination etched into every feature. This fight is personal. The aftermath leaves everyone stunned. Our hero stands tall, while his attackers are left speechless. Who knew studying could lead to this? The scene opens with a bald man getting a sudden punch, clearly confused and asking why a fight is happening. Next, we see a determined step, signaling the seriousness of the attacker. Then there's a close-up of the attacker's face, showing a wild, intense grin that means business. A fierce punch lands on the bald man's face, sending shockwaves through the room. The bald man is thrown back with an ARGHK, showing the impact of the attack. As he lies on the ground, he thinks to himself how his opponent seems worse than a lunatic. With fear in his eyes, the bald man hears a menacing "Oi." Finally, the mysterious attacker holds up a book titled Ethical Thoughts, adding an ironic twist to the chaos. A shadowy figure steps forward, holding up a book with a sinister glow. "Your book?" he asks, his eyes shining like headlights in the dark. The tension in the air is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. The scene shifts to a terrified man, his face drenched in sweat. "Eh? W8," he stammers, clearly not ready for whatever is about to go down. And just like that, chaos erupts. The man's face contorts in fear and pain as something wild and unexpected happens. It's a full-blown panic mode. A flurry of punches lands with precision, the attacker moving with the speed of a cheetah on caffeine. The room echoes with the relentless thwack of fists meeting flesh. The scene pans to a group of onlookers, their faces a mix of shock and disbelief. "Teach that, guys. Is he actually crazy in the head?" They murmur, eyes wide as saucers. With a soft phew, the mysterious book falls to the ground, its pages fluttering like it's just taken a deep breath after the chaos. Standing tall over his fallen opponent, our main guy issues a bold challenge. "All right, who here is going to step in for their fallen comrade?" He taunts, a smirk playing on his lips. The final panel reveals the gang, standing in silence, their expressions unreadable. It's a showdown for the ages, and the tension in the room is electric. Our story kicks off with a character caught in a rough tumble, shouting at the crowd to stop pushing and give him a hand. Clearly, patience isn't his virtue. Looking around at the chaos, he scoffs at the so-called prestigious students, unimpressed by their lack of skills. "This is not what I expected," he thinks. Things get intense as one of the students gets right up in his face. It's about to go down. The scene pans out to reveal the aftermath of a skirmish. A group of students seems shocked, realizing they've been outdone by just one guy. Another student dismisses the protagonist, claiming he doesn't seem like much. Little do they know. Bam! A swift kick lands, sending one of the students reeling. Our guy's not messing around. With a fierce look, he prepares to deliver another powerful punch, his determination clear. The fight continues as he swings his opponent around, the force of his movements echoing through the room. A punch lands with a loud crack, sending shockwaves through the air. The fist connects with a satisfying thud, hair flying wildly. Amidst the chaos, one fighter gets slammed to the ground with a mighty force. Two onlookers gasp in shock, eyes wide at the unfolding spectacle. With a wild grin, our hero declares, "All right, today's special menu is..." His face contorts in a battle cry, "Pork omakase." Unleashing a flurry of moves, he calls out giant pork cutlet, stir-fried pork. The opponent, gritting teeth, is hit with the ferocious stir-fried pork. Finally, a move called seasoned ribs lands, leaving everyone breathless. Boom! Our mysterious hero unleashes a powerful kick, leaving his opponent shocked and airborne. The thug can only exclaim, "This," as he's sent flying. The thug, clearly not a fan of flying lessons, yells out in rage, calling our hero a fucking rat. But our hero isn't fazed, staying cool and collected. Chaos unfolds as the hero skillfully dodges the thug's attack, leaving the thug and his buddies bewildered. What the hell? They shout, clearly not ready for this level of action. Another thug, face blurred out, tries to get the hero's attention with a loud, "Oi you." But the hero's focus is unshakable. With a powerful BM, our hero lands a punch, causing the thug to yell out, "Son of a bitch." This fight is getting intense. A close-up of a clenched fist shows the tension rising. This battle isn't over yet. Our hero delivers a fierce punch, causing the thug to scream, "ARGH." The red background highlights the intensity of the moment. The hero, despite taking a hit, stands firm. He mutters, but his spirit isn't broken. The thug, still determined, grips his fist and questions, "What can the likes of you?" But the hero's resolve is unyielding. A ghastly figure appears, all teeth and intimidation, shouting "Even do?" with a terrifying grin. It's the kind of face that makes you want to sleep with the lights on. Bam! Our mysterious, dark-haired hero throws a punch that lands squarely on the creature's face. Talk about a jaw-dropping moment. The tension is palpable as the hero clutches his collar, steeling himself for whatever comes next. He's not backing down, that's for sure. With a swift motion, the hero's fist strikes the ground. The impact echoes, showing he's not just about talk, he means business. A new challenger enters the scene, his aura menacing as he asks if he's getting a new tie, calling the other a pig. Things just got personal. The scars on the menacing figure's body come into focus. They're not just one or two. Each tells a story, and none of them look pleasant. Our scene kicks off with a dude questioning if this massive figure towering over him is really a gangster. The suspense is real, folks. Cue the dramatic spotlight on our mystery man, standing tall like a mountain, while hands reach up in what seems like a plea or maybe sheer terror. Zooming in, we see the intense gaze of our towering figure. This guy means business, and he's not here to play nice. Things take a turn as someone lets out a nervous F*******. The tension is thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Desperation hits hard. The guy is practically begging for forgiveness, realizing he's in way over his head. But wait, plot twist. A swift punch lands, and the guy offers to fix things up, if that's cool with everyone. And down goes the big guy. Someone's unimpressed, wondering if this was the top dog. Talk about an anticlimax. In a room filled with people, a voice announces the replacement of the boss, leaving everyone in suspense and curiosity. Amidst the tension, a mysterious name, Kim Tae-suk, emerges, hinting at the unfolding drama. A tall figure with a book enters, carrying an aura of mystery and intrigue. A portrait of a significant character is presented, adding to the enigma of the unfolding story. A young man, confused, wonders if he's meeting the native English teacher, while another challenges his lack of knowledge about a prominent figure. A warning is issued about Wang Jia, the real top dog, intensifying the atmosphere. The tall figure greets with a casual hey, adding a touch of lightness to the tension. In the bustling corridors of PPK High, a bold move is made as a student snatches a book from another, asking if he's studying Korean. The tension is thick, and the stage is set for some serious drama. The onlookers are in sheer disbelief. The crowd whispers in shock, wondering if the snatcher has a death wish for taking Kim Tae-jin's book. The stakes just got higher. But hold up. The book in question is revealed to be a hefty English reading and comprehension guide. Who knew a study session could get so intense? Amid the chaos, the snatcher reveals his motive. He's eyeing the top spot, calling out the boss of PPK High. It's a classic showdown challenge. The challenge is laid out as the snatcher suggests they fight for the position. This day just went from 0 to 100 real quick. Whoa, things are heating up, or are they? A seemingly threatening move happens and everyone thinks it's about to go down. But wait, plot twist. Turns out, the intense gesture was just the guy cleaning his glasses. Talk about a false alarm. Silence fills the room as the dramatic showdown takes an unexpected twist. The air is thick with anticipation and a bit of confusion. In the heat of the moment, our furious character is yelling, demanding answers whether it's in Korean or English. This guy is on edge, and he wants clarity now. Zooming in, his eyes are wide open, filled with a mix of rage and desperation. You can feel the tension seeping through his gaze. Out of nowhere, a powerhouse enters the scene, sending our yelling friend flying with a mighty blow. This dude isn't playing around. The yelling man's face is now upside down, battered and shocked. He's clearly taken a nasty hit and didn't see it coming. Standing tall and imposing, the strong man is calm and composed, radiating power like he owns the place. This guy is a force to be reckoned with. We're staring at a bland ceiling. Yep, just a ceiling tile, setting the stage for something dramatic, perhaps? Enter a wild confrontation. Our main dude, clearly not having the best day, yells "Hey, you bastard," at someone. It's intense. He's panting, beads of sweat probably dripping down his face. He mutters "Fuck, did I?" questioning his situation. Now he's clutching his throat, looking defeated. Ugh, lose? He wonders, the reality sinking in. A friend or bystander, eyebrows raised, asks, are you okay? Clearly, things are not okay. The mystery deepens as another character explains, you just woke up screaming, adding to the confusion. Turns out, they're in the infirmary. Our guy's been out cold for a while, trying to piece things together. And the plot thickens. He's accused of starting something he didn't. Apologizing, he admits, sorry, I guess I misunderstood the situation. Classic mix-up. Alright, picture this, a dramatic showdown vibe with a dude getting sneak attacked from behind. But wait, Taesuk isn't the type to do sneaky stuff, so what gives? Enter Sun Sivan, all friendly and chill, introducing himself with a handshake. Hey, we're in the same class, let's be buddies, he says. Sivan's still at it, reaching out to another student with that let's be pals energy. But is the other dude feeling it? Boom! A sudden hype moment. Sivan is all fired up, shouting about someone being the strongest. Who's he talking about? In a dimly lit room, shadowy figures discuss PPAK High's unique system. The top 7 students get a job at a major corporation, sparking a wave of transfers. But wait, what's the catch? A student is puzzled, thinking this school is notorious for troublemakers. Why the sudden genius vibe? Something's fishy. Another student, with a serious look, demands clarity. Explain in a way I can understand, he insists. This mystery needs unraveling. Things get intense as someone asks if a student ranked 7th this time. The student confirms, but there's an ominous tone. What's brewing here? Tension explodes as a furious student lashes out, blaming the 7th ranker. Students aren't here to study. They're here for those corporate perks. Drama alert. In the end, the reward of employment created this hellhole of a school, where the strong prey on the weak. Students are seen fighting, and it's clear that survival of the fittest is the only rule here. The situation kept getting worse, and it shows a student realizing the deepening chaos around him. Making others take tests, switching answer sheets, and stealing grades became the norm. A scene unfolds where a student is being threatened to change a test name, showing just how corrupt things have become. The guy who was the strongest back then even went as far as manipulating the grades of everyone in the school. A shadowy figure appears, representing the peak of power and manipulation in this twisted academic world. After that, the school just gave up. A director is seen fleeing as chaos ensues daily, showing the complete breakdown of authority. And things suddenly exploded. A newcomer appears, and 2 individuals comment on his uniqueness, hinting at something big about to happen. A character with a mischievous grin mocks the newcomer, questioning his family background in a not-so-friendly manner. A dramatic and intense close-up of a character's face, full of rage and intensity, sets the stage for something major about to unfold. No one dared to challenge his prowess. The room is filled with defeated adversaries, as he stands tall, a symbol of unmatched skill. A voice acknowledges this dominance, hinting at an inevitable shift in power. The previous leaders, once formidable, are now overshadowed by the new order. Even that guy couldn't stand in his way, solidifying the new hierarchy. Taesuk ascends as the new leader, claiming his place at the top with undeniable skill. Remarkably, the transition is smooth, as students who had given up on education are inspired to hit the books again. The scene opens with a dramatic sky over PPK High, signaling the end of its chaotic era. The winds of change are blowing, folks. Inside, a confident storyteller is wrapping up the tale of PPK High, asking if his audience is finally getting the picture. The mystery deepens. One listener, sporting a skeptical expression, is impressed by the storyteller's skills. It's not your average bedtime story, that's for sure. Our skeptical friend is getting anxious, eyes wide in disbelief. Something big is about to go down. A conversation about a hefty 50 million won emerges. One character is contemplating if some good old-fashioned knuckle talk might solve the problem. Can you say drama? Plot twist. The storyteller seems unfazed, ready to throw down and fight like a true warrior. Forget the books, it's all about the brawl. In the bustling corridors of the school, the nurse is expressing her gratitude for having fewer patients today, only to be interrupted by the surprising news of a transfer student. Cut to a lively scene where a cheerful student enthusiastically greets the nurse, questioning how she knew he was a transfer student. Our excitable student goes on to explain that the nurse is the heart of the school, and that teacher Lim, though the only teacher, is still dedicated to the students. The nurse, with a modest smile, brushes off the exaggerations, while the student tries to stop his overly enthusiastic praise. The nurse, now addressing Wang Dam, advises him against fighting on his first day, noting his light injuries and expressing concern for the day's events. Wang Dam, looking pensive, mentions his worries as many students unexpectedly got hurt. With a curious glance at the clock, the student asks about the time, realizing it's almost the end of the school day. In the heat of the moment, someone blurts out a shocked "what?" as chaos breaks loose. A character seems taken aback, while another one looks utterly confused. The intensity in the air is palpable. Our main guy, Wang Dam, is on fire. He's seething with anger, recalling how Kim Taesuk knocked him out cold. His blood is boiling, and revenge is on his mind. His friend is baffled, questioning Wang Dam's next move. The tension is rising, and it seems like a showdown is on the horizon. Someone's trying to be the voice of reason, yelling at Wang Dam to hold his horses. But Wang Dam is having none of it, brushing off their concerns with a casual "so what?" Wang Dam is determined, claiming he'll decide what's pointless. His mission? To shatter Kim Taesuk's glasses, and nothing's gonna stop him. Elsewhere, a character is in the hot seat, being yelled at to move it. Apparently, there's a queue piling up because of them, and they need to hustle. Wang Dam makes his move, pretending to be sick to escape the chaos. While someone fusses over his supposed flu, he's plotting his next steps. In the midst of a chaotic hallway, our mysterious hero seems baffled about some line. What line, you ask? Exactly his question. He's got that "I didn't get the memo" look going on. Meanwhile, there's a whole crowd of students queued up, clearly not here for an autograph session. They're grumbling, "Get out of the way," as if they're late for a concert. Our hero's just standing there, adding to the chaos. A group of tough-looking dudes start spitting some serious shade, suggesting a visit to a plastic surgeon. Someone's got jokes, but these guys aren't laughing. Our hero doesn't seem bothered, though. Oh snap! Now our hero's dishing out his own roast, calling them leftover pizza crusts. Talk about savage. The pizza burns are too much for one guy, who's now yelling for him to come back. Whispers fill the hall. Is that him? The one who fought Kim Taesuk this morning? Seems like our hero's got a reputation, and it's not for being a line cutter. And there he is, standing tall and mysterious, embodying the essence of high class. He's got that whole cool guy walking through a hallway vibe nailed down. With a final dramatic step, he exits, leaving a trail of mystery and slightly annoyed students in his wake. In the buzzing halls of a school, a group of students stands around, one of them barking out Tyson, causing heads to turn. Amidst the crowd, the atmosphere is thick with tension. The focus zooms in on a cool-looking guy with tousled hair, his shirt casually unbuttoned. His expression screams, "Bring it on," as he stands ready for whatever comes next. Facing off with another student, he suggests they throw down again, clearly relishing the idea. The crowd holds its breath, waiting to see Hole make the first move. With a smirk, the confident guy jabs verbally, pointing out how his rival got knocked out with just one punch last time. It's a classic schoolyard burn. Our guy, practically laughing it off, wonders why the other dude even wants a rematch. He's so nonchalant, it's almost infuriating, adding more fuel to the fire. He leans in with a sly grin, asking the ultimate question, "Scared?" It's the kind of challenge that can't be ignored. As the tension hangs in the air, the two stand back to back, one of them seemingly lost in thought, while the other looks unbothered. The guy with the backpack starts to walk away, leaving the others puzzled. Did he really get scared? The taunting continues, with a loud "Hey, bastard," echoing in the hallway. Under the dim lights, our first character, sporting a stern look, throws down the gauntlet, asking if he should follow his opponent home to spark a fight. The atmosphere is charged with tension as the challenge hangs in the air. The tension amps up as our challenger taunts the other guy, questioning if his reluctance to brawl is tied to some past chatter about leadership grades. The air is thick with unspoken challenges. Frustration boils over. Our challenger isn't having any of the grade nonsense. He calls for a real fight and questions the logic behind the grading leadership system, clearly fed up with the status quo. Switching gears, the other character dishes out some life advice, suggesting his opponent hit the books instead of picking fights. But there's a pause, a hint of something deeper lurking beneath his words. Boom! The curtain lifts on a more personal struggle. Our character isn't just battling for pride. He's wrestling with a mountain of debt. A shadowy figure looms, demanding answers about money, adding a layer of mystery and urgency to the mix. With a fist glowing with energy, a student shouts an expletive, clearly ready to throw down. From the sidelines, a group of students watches. "Wow, that bastard's resorting to taunting," one exclaims, amused by the desperate attempt to start a fight. Another student, who seems like he's seen it all, steps in. "Looks like we're done talking," he declares, with a calmness that suggests he's not impressed. The nonchalant student turns his back, throwing shade with a cool, "I've seen plenty of bastards like you. All of you follow the same script," adding insult to injury. He continues, "You can play wannabe gangster at home," dismissing the bravado with a wave. Sitting relaxed, another student adds, "If Taesuk had accepted, you'd be in the infirmary by now," acting all cocky for nothing. The tension spikes again as one student exclaims, "Ugh. Then what? Should I fight you instead?" The room bristles with challenge and unresolved tension. A student strides into the scene, exuding confidence and a bit of mystery. His uniform is slightly unkempt, hinting at a recent confrontation. Another student, noticing him, wonders if he's already left. There's curiosity and a hint of tension in the air. The confident student casually suggests they head home together, displaying a friendly demeanor. Their conversation takes a turn as the other student questions why he hasn't left yet and why he's acting so chummy. In a humorous twist, a quirky friend pops up, giving a comical compliment, which seems to be this guy's Achilles heel. Walking down the hallway, they chat about a recent encounter with Taesuk. The confident student downplays the fight, claiming Taesuk just ran away. Reflecting on the morning's events, he admits to letting his guard down, feeling frustrated about the confrontation with Taesuk. He contemplates sneakier tactics to regain his pride, though his friend points out it might not be the best idea. Our protagonist is plotting a way to provoke someone into a fight. He's itching for some action, but it's not as easy as it sounds. The other guy is just standing there thinking, maybe he's onto something, or maybe he's just really good at keeping a poker face. Suddenly, the quiet one speaks up. He questions the logic of wanting to be a leader without caring about employment. Our protagonist is caught off guard, like, huh? Now, the quiet guy gets serious, talking about their violent high school and how tough it is for weak kids like him. Our protagonist is like, why so serious? The quiet student reveals it's all thanks to Taesuk that he can attend school peacefully, but warns our protagonist about ignoring the rules and fighting to be a leader. In a dimly lit room, our scene is set with an atmosphere so tense you could cut it with a knife. One character stands in shock, eyes wide open, as a shadowy figure looms behind them, emanating an ominous vibe that screams trouble. The startled character, clearly regretting their recent choice of words, frantically apologizes. They're sweating bullets, trying to backtrack as if their life depends on it. A quick shift in mood as the character nervously pats their head, possibly contemplating their next move, or maybe just trying to keep their cool in this heated moment. In an unexpected twist, the shadowy figure places a hand on the other character's head, their face blurred but their intentions questionable. The tension is palpable. The narrative takes a moment to introduce the mysterious presence. This guy, whoever he is, clearly has a significant impact on those around him. Our nervous character reflects on the situation, acknowledging that the man, possibly named Guewa, didn't send them here to fight. But something feels different, hinting at underlying motives. The enigmatic figure muses aloud, considering the possibility of surpassing Kim Taesuk in both academics and physical prowess. Confidence or arrogance? Only time will tell. The dynamic shifts again with a bit of banter. Our nervous character agrees, albeit a bit too eagerly, on the topic of quick learning. They inquire about textbooks, trying to steer the conversation to safer grounds. The hallway drama kicks off as a new transfer student defends himself, explaining how he didn't have time to pick up something because he went straight to the infirmary. The other student admits it's true, but tension is in the air. Suddenly, things escalate with a dramatic punch. Our mysterious transfer student seems to be in a tight spot. A voice from the back chimes in, calling out Sun Shirwan and reminding him of a previous threat. Looks like someone didn't forget their promise to deliver a beatdown. Another character enters the scene, asking if the transfer student is the infamous Wang Dam kid. Looks like Wang Dam's reputation precedes him. More introductions are made as Kim Taesuk introduces himself, and his buddy Park Dae stands menacingly behind him. This duo means business. The hallway chatter continues, with rumors flying that the new kid fought Kim Taesuk and even flattened Park Ho-dong. Sounds like a wild first day. Amidst the chaos, a student on the floor is asked to follow for a private chat. Something serious needs discussing, but he's clearly not thrilled about it. Feet shuffle as the group regroups, murmuring among themselves. The tension is palpable. Finally, we zoom in on the student who's clearly overwhelmed by the situation, sweat dripping as he contemplates his next move. Amidst the shadows, two figures discuss accepting a mysterious loss, hinting at unknown circumstances behind Johan's downfall. In a gritty alley, a group of individuals discovers they share a common problem with PPK High, sparking a sense of camaraderie. The plot thickens as one character suggests a plan to dethrone the current leader and reinstate Johan, painting a vivid picture of ambition and strategy. A sharp-dressed character is quick to catch on, realizing they are being asked to support the boss, prompting a compliment on their smarts. The conversation takes a turn as one character praises the other's wisdom and decisiveness, hinting at a tempting offer. Suddenly, tension erupts as a character, face contorted in rage, takes decisive action, marking the acceptance of an unspoken agreement. Chaos ensues when a character is suddenly attacked, leaving onlookers shocked and one of them expressing a lingering concern. Our mysterious character stands with fiery red hair and an intense expression, seething with rage. "This is good. I was already pissed off," he mutters, clearly not in the mood for any nonsense. With a menacing aura, he warns, "Just know that you were going to become the asshole back home today, you bastards." Looks like someone's about to unleash some serious fury. Under the sunny school courtyard, one character stands confidently, chuckling and finding something amusing, setting the stage for a confrontation. The mood shifts as another character, with an intense expression, implies a sense of superiority over some Class 1 losers, hinting at an impending clash. The tension spikes as the character with wild hair reacts, clearly startled and ready for action. And then bam, a fierce blow lands, sending shockwaves through the air, marking the beginning of a brawl. Amidst the chaos, a voice commands, "Push him," as the adrenaline rushes and allies spring into action. With a dramatic backdrop of graffiti, the action unfolds as two characters charge at another, fists ready to connect. Feet shuffle and pivot in a swift motion, keeping the dance of combat dynamic and unpredictable. Pow! Another punch lands, the sound echoing as fists fly, highlighting the intensity of the battle. With faces contorted in a mix of surprise and determination, the combatants exchange blows, each trying to gain the upper hand. One fighter reels back, clutching his face with a pained kook, while the other stands firm, ready for more. Hold up, action fans. Our main guy is sprinting like Usain Bolt on a mission, chasing down some poor dude who's clearly trying to make a break for it. "Where are you running?" he shouts, and the chase is on. Footsteps pound the ground as the chase goes full throttle. It's a blur of speed and determination as our hero closes in. Boom! Caught in the act, the pursued guy finds himself cornered. "No more running, buddy." A fiery clash unfolds as our main guy demands answers. But all he gets is a panic-stricken, "I don't know, bastard," and a gut-wrenching blow. Things get wild as a mysterious figure jumps in, grabbing a weapon. Our hero's got to be on his toes now. "Don't you dare hit my homie," shouts the newcomer, swinging with all their might. It's an intense showdown. "WA!" The opponent throws in the towel, pleading, "You hit me in the ribs." "Surrender. I surrender." Talk about a quick change of heart. The tables turn as the opponent grabs our hero by the hair. What's next? A surprise twist. With a sinister glare, our hero's not backing down. "No, I told you I surrender," but the tension is thick and something big is about to go down. The scene opens with a view of the school buildings, setting the stage for a brewing plot. A group of students kneel before a mysterious figure, revealing their goal to revive the school's power-centric past. Kim Tae-suk is mentioned as a significant influence, though not everyone is aligned with him. One of the students questions Kim about his strategy, suggesting a potential alliance. Kim contemplates the idea of starting a gang fight under Jo Yohan's leadership, but seems uncertain. Kim decides to leave, needing time to think about his next steps, leaving his peers in suspense. The scene opens with a serious conversation about a boy who's causing quite the stir. One character wonders if their conditions are even feasible, while another can't figure out if the boy's involved in gang fights or working for someone else. The consensus? He's totally unpredictable. A striking figure, rocking a classic school uniform and holding a bat, stands confidently. This guy looks like trouble, and the title High Class suggests he's not your average student. The next day dawns bright and clear at a school that looks like it's straight out of an architectural digest. It's going to be an interesting day, that's for sure. In the classroom, the teacher is in full swing, scribbling on the chalkboard and keeping the students engaged, or at least trying to. Students are focused, or at least pretending to be, as the teacher drones on about functions and more functions. The excitement is palpable. Not. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more thrilling, the teacher moves on to numbers. The students are barely hanging on. Then, bam, a new student bursts onto the scene with a swagger that screams, "Notice me." He's the same one from before, and his entrance is anything but subtle. Whispers fill the room. "Who's this?" someone asks. Another wonders if he's the same guy who transferred yesterday. There's mention of someone's physiotherapy doing wonders. Intrigue thickens. Amidst the chatter of a typical school day, a student is puzzled by another's newfound dedication to studying. There's a hint of mystery about what went down with the guys yesterday. A student jolts awake, confused by the sudden noise, as if the school's rhythm has caught him off guard. With curiosity in the air, the students are wondering about the next class, only to find out it's already lunchtime. Time flies when you're studying. As hunger pangs strike, a student eagerly suggests to Simmons that they grab a bite, celebrating their hard work. Simmons, caught off guard, agrees with a hint of excitement. In a classroom filled with students, one is approached with an unexpected request to teach someone the art of studying. The room buzzes with the energy of learning, or at least the attempt to. All right, we got some classroom drama going on. Our main guy is being accused of always getting good grades because he's a studying pro, but he's not buying it and asks how they came to that conclusion. The other guy throws in some physiognomy talk, which just adds to the confusion. One of the students isn't having it, though. He jumps in, shouting that he doesn't look like he's smart, and accuses the other of just being a cheapskate who doesn't want to teach him. It's getting heated up in here. Suddenly, bam, a paper attack right to the head. Our poor guy didn't see it coming, and he lets out an ah, in shock. Who knew studying could be so dangerous? The classroom is buzzing with reactions. One student gets a nice pat on the back for their nice shot. Meanwhile, the victim is finally quiet, probably plotting revenge for the sneak attack. Elsewhere, some students are having a heart-to-heart. One is feeling left out, questioning if someone chose classes over hanging out with them. The other one plays it off, saying they're sad, really. Back at the table, another student points out, those guys, they're Joe Johan's closest allies. Looks like we've got some school politics brewing. A new face in the crowd lets out an aha, as if they've pieced something together. There's definitely more to this story than meets the eye. One student sighs, having already fought with them yesterday. He's not thrilled about the whole situation. But hey, they didn't get hit, so they decide to just eat and let it slide. The scene shifts to a couple of students feeling ignored. One of them is pretty ticked off, wondering if they're being deliberately snubbed. Oh, the schoolyard drama never ends. If someone is talking, then you better listen up. We've got a shadowy figure laying down the law, and it's clear things are about to get intense. Boom! A strike lands with a resounding thud, emphasizing just how serious this showdown is. Our mysterious enforcer isn't playing games. Two more characters appear in the mix, their expressions hard to decipher, but they're definitely part of this brewing storm. Back to our shadowy friend, who's making a statement with a tray of food, and it's not just about lunch. His bandaged hand hints at past battles. A close-up of another character shows fear and surprise as the tray makes an unexpected move. This isn't your average cafeteria drama. With a smirk, our mysterious figure drops the word risotto, and it's clear he's got everyone's attention. Elsewhere, we got two more characters reacting to the chaos. One is blonde and visibly upset, while the other stands by, a bit more composed. Frustration boils over, but one can't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Whatever's happening, it's got everyone on edge. Hey, transfer student, you're an interesting guy, just like the rumors said. Our new guy in town is already making waves. Juhyama, just sit down. Seems like things are heating up in the classroom, with some choice words flying around. Joe Johan decided the employment system ranks with his fist. The 7 strongest at PPK High were the beneficiaries of this system. Power and fists rule the school. Although the number 1 changed, and the ranks were pushed behind one by one after Taesuk came, the Elite 7 still hold their ground. That short-haired guy is the number 7, Lee Junjin, introducing one of the top dogs of the school. And that guy with long hair in front is the number 5, Park Won-soo. Looks like he's got an attitude and something to say. Mind your own business and get out of the way, Park Won-soo. There's some serious tension building up. Get out of the way. Someone's not backing down without a fight. Amidst a flurry of motion and intensity, a character with a fierce expression is caught in a heated moment, unleashing chaos with every move. Nearby, spectators react with shock. One comments on the intensity, clearly taken aback by the unfolding drama. Someone, clearly not impressed, questions another's audacity, emphasizing the hierarchical dynamics at play. Back to the furious character. His anger is palpable as he vents his frustration about being disturbed during lunch. A friend intervenes, trying to calm him down before the situation gets out of hand, showing concern for everyone's well-being. A loud crash echoes as objects hit the ground, expressing the intensity of the scene with some choice words. Turning away, the intense character dismisses the scene, declaring someone no fun, and suggests leaving. Another group, observing the aftermath, decides to clean up, expressing frustration over the chaotic character. As they leave, a parting thread is thrown, promising future confrontations, while the recipient casually brushes it off with a bye-bye. We find a determined-looking guy, scarred and intense, mentioning Sun Siwen. He promises something big, leaving a sense of mystery hanging in the air. In the school's cafeteria, someone sarcastically remarks about leaving blessings before exiting. Clearly, there's some tension or rivalry brewing. A student nervously approaches Sun Siwen, asking about the guy who threw milk at him. The curiosity about this mysterious figure is palpable. We learn that the milk thrower is Ju Hyungmin, once ranked number 8, and now Jo Yohan's right-hand man. His reputation precedes him. Sun Siwen is confronted with Ju Hyungmin's notoriety for bullying. The observer can tell Hyungmin's character just by looking. The conversation touches on an infirmary incident, hinting at deeper conflicts. It seems the situation is more complicated than it appears. An insightful character notes that since the nerds no longer follow the bullies, their retaliation seems misplaced, targeting others when Kim Tae-suk isn't around. The scene kicks off with two students in a heated conversation. One is flabbergasted, exclaiming what? Why? As he learns about a massive incident during a fight with Tae-suk. The chat continues, and the first student is baffled to hear that the school, notorious for ignoring everyday chaos, actually suspended someone. The incident was that intense. With a fiery determination, the student decides to teach the guy a true education. But he's not doing it for free. He wants some study help in return. Negotiations get a bit tricky as one student hesitates, mentioning his grades aren't great these days. But he usually does better, right? Things take a wild turn when one student accuses the other of enduring the milk and everything for this deal. The response? Just a mysterious hello. The scene opens with a smirk that could cut through steel. Someone's ready for action, and it ain't gonna be pretty. Outside of school, tensions are rising. Someone's cursing Park Wasu, clearly holding a grudge. Drama's on the horizon, folks. In a dimly lit room, a couple of guys are plotting. They're worried about a transfer student who's not following the status quo. Seems like some rules are about to be enforced, old school style. Whispers of caution fill the air. Apparently, this new kid ain't a pushover. One guy's like, huh? As if he just realized he's bitten off more than he can chew. Turns out some dudes already tried to take down the new kid and got schooled instead. They spilled the beans afterward, adding another layer to this brewing conflict. One of the crew suggests letting bygones be bygones, but there's a push to handle things properly. Looks like this isn't over yet, and someone's not backing down. A shadowy character sits in the dark, contemplating a strategy that's a tad more aggressive than before. He's got that mysterious vibe, cigarette smoke swirling around him. In a classroom buzzing with tension, one student nervously asks another about his thoughts on employment. The other student, seemingly disinterested, hesitates to answer. Suddenly, a burst of energy. The second student exclaims that it's all about becoming the number one in studying. It's like a no-brainer to him. Elsewhere, a laid-back character chilling on a couch is on the phone, pondering about becoming a leader. A friend teases him about facing the school leader on day one. Under the night sky, the laid-back character is confronted. Did he plan a showdown or a date? His friend chuckles, knowing there's more to the story. Back on the phone, the laid-back character pauses. He can sense what the other person is thinking, but hints there's more beneath the surface. In the heart of the city, a mysterious figure is on the phone, sternly reminding someone named Wang Dam about his debt. The voice emphasizes that it's high time Wang gets his act together and cleans up his mess, like a true man. Wang Dam is sitting on his bed, contemplating life. He's told to live properly if he's leaving on his own 2 feet, a nudge to get his life together. In a different setting, Wang Dam is explaining his situation. He's trying to start fresh, but somewhere along the way, he ended up in debt. This revelation leaves a friend wide-eyed in disbelief. There's a hint of family drama as Wang Dam mentions a family member, leaving us wondering if this debt has something to do with them. He states that's the reason for his presence. The conversation gets tense as Wang Dam is asked about his plans. He confidently starts saying it's obvious, but there's a dramatic pause. A moment of silence hangs in the air as Wang Dam's friend looks on curiously, waiting for an answer that's not coming. Wang Dam finally blurts out that he might just quit school, leaving his friend in shock. Clearly, he hadn't really thought this through. In the bustling office setting, one student is being told that they were sent here to get a job, but he's not having any of it. He's like, nah, I don't really care about getting a job. Once I'm number one, I tell all work out. Priorities, right? Sipping on his drink, the other student shifts gears, asking, so, are you going to teach me how to study or what? Our first student seems caught off guard, responding with a puzzled huh. Switching the topic once more, the student brings up an old, unwritten law at PPK High about teaching a lesson. What's this mysterious rule, you ask? Apparently, the law is all about following the leader's rules. It's like the school's own version of Simon Says, but way more intense. And just when you think things can't get any wilder, the debate heats up. One student insists that the school makes the decisions, but the other fires back, you can, because the leader is also the student representative. Talk about high school drama. Hey, why me? Can't Kim Tae-suk handle it? But Wang Dam, you don't care about employment, right? That's why you're the perfect fit. All right, call. Thanks. I'll give it my all. But why change the system? It's none of my business, but isn't the current system good for the waste here? After all, it's an opportunity to change. A problem child or socially adept. That's how society views PPK High students. The scene opens with a mysterious character pondering life's big questions. They're not about living by society's rules and are all about that sweet, sweet change. They believe in a future where they can break free from their past. The determination is real as this character stands strong, declaring their wish to live a life different from before. You can almost feel the resolve in their words. Now we're on a rooftop, bathed in the warm glow of sunset. Our philosophical friend is gazing out over the city, lost in thought. What's next on this journey of self-discovery? More deep thoughts and silent musings as another character joins the scene. The vibe is contemplative with a side of mystery. Enter two more characters, adding a splash of humor to the mix. They're chatting about gaming strategy, like playing Vayne Top Lane. Clearly, there's more to life than just introspection. The scene opens with a mysterious figure in a pack high uniform, capturing the curiosity of two students. One clears his throat, trying to play it cool, while the other looks puzzled. As the suspense builds, one of the students whispers, questioning why a student from Pack High is there. The air is thick with tension and unanswered questions. The setting shifts to a rooftop at sunset. A lone figure stands by the railing, observing the surroundings as others pass by, oblivious to the brewing drama. The focus moves to a young boy, full of joy, swinging his arm in the air. His laughter contrasts sharply with the tense atmosphere around him. Suddenly, the mood darkens. A young man, battered and bruised, stands amidst a group of menacing figures, his eyes wide with shock and fear. In the midst of the chaos, the young man dares to hope. He wonders if an opportunity might arise from this dire situation as he faces the towering figures before him. The scene closes with a tight shot on the ominous crowd. As the sun sets, our protagonist ponders living a life different from the past, setting the stage for a story of change and ambition. A mysterious building, shrouded in night, sets a tense atmosphere with a sign glowing ominously. A close-up of a sneaker stepping off a bike kickstand, hinting at the start of an important journey. Our protagonist, looking worn out, muses about the grind of balancing studies with delivery jobs, hinting at a life full of hustle. Frustration in the air. A character curses under their breath as they light a cigarette, setting a gritty tone. A girl in a purple tracksuit appears, cigarette in hand. Her presence mysterious and intriguing. Recognition dawns as our protagonist spots the girl, triggering memories. She's the girl from before. Walking in silence, the girl and the protagonist share an unspoken tension, their past connection palpable. A voice breaks the silence. Excuse me, as the girl catches the protagonist's attention. With a casual request, the girl asks if he has a light, a small spark that reignites their connection. Surprised, the protagonist reaches for a lighter, his mind racing with thoughts and unspoken words. In a dimly lit street, A character in a purple outfit firmly states, "I don't smoke." The person who offered a cigarette apologizes, realizing their mistake. Just when you think it's all sorted, another character pops up, exclaiming "ah" in surprise, while the purple-clad one looks puzzled. It's getting mysterious. Enter the mysterious figure with a shadowy vibe, commanding "follow me." Things are getting intriguing. Bam! Suddenly, there's a burst of flames, lighting up the scene like a fireworks show. What's going on here? Inside now, where one character hands another a fiery light, saying "here." The purple-clad character is like, "WH, what are you doing?" It's all getting heated, literally. I mean, wouldn't this stink up the kitchen? Wonders the purple-clad character, concerned about the burnt-up match. It's a smoky situation, and storms an angry figure. Ugh, what is this smell? They're not happy about someone smoking in the kitchen. Drama alert. The purple-clad character tries to explain, "Ma'am, that this person here, but is a bit of a mess." Who's the culprit? The mysterious figure, looking all cool, seems unfazed, while the purple-clad one looks a bit shocked. What's their next move? Switch to a new character with white hair, looking unimpressed, thinking, "This motherfucker?" Seems like someone's ruffling feathers. Back to the chaos, the white-haired character accuses, "Who told you to smoke in front of the door?" While the purple-clad one tries to defend themselves. It's a whirlwind of confusion and accusations. Whoa! A mysterious figure has everyone gossiping. One student's curiosity peaks as they wonder aloud, "What tint do you use?" It's a chaotic mix of fascination and humor as someone demands, "Get your ass back here." The next day dawns bright and clear, as the school building stands majestically against the blue sky. A new day, a new drama. Inside the classroom, students are settling in. A guy with a serious look seems to be scanning the room, perhaps sizing up his classmates or maybe just lost in thought. Enter our confident hero, declaring, "A good day for the strong to study." With a vibe like that, who wouldn't feel ready to conquer the world? Or at least this class. But wait, our hero is looking for someone, calling out Simmons "Let's Street," only to trail off in confusion. Where did Simmons vanish to? An empty desk sits silently, the mystery deepening. Where did he go? Echoes in the air. The plot thickens. A new face enters the scene, and the question arises, are you the transfer student? Curiosity peaks as the classroom dynamics shift. Whoa, it's glassless son Sivan. Someone exclaims, mistaking the new guy for someone else. The room erupts in laughter and confusion. Are you son Sivan to Malawin Quatches? Where is your main body? It's all in good fun. Our story kicks off with a character, looking all edgy and mysterious, reacting with a simple, "What?" Clearly, something unexpected has caught his attention. Flashback time. We learn that there was supposed to be a meetup after school, but someone's been dodging calls. This ain't a ghosting situation. Something serious is brewing. Turns out, Ju Hyungmin and his crew were giving Sivan a hard time. Despite being told to keep quiet, the truth is too heavy to hold back. The scene shifts to a hospital. Sivan's injuries are severe, and it's impossible to stay silent any longer. Someone's got to speak up. Sivan, lying in a hospital bed, looks around confused. He's got that what happened? Face, and we know things are about to get real. Enter Wang Dam, bursting in with a what happened? His concern is palpable. Sivan's surprise is evident, but Wang Dam's urgency can't be missed. Wang Dam reveals he skipped school and rode a motorcycle just to be there. He's determined to get answers. So, what happened to you? He insists. Sivan, trying to play it cool, claims he just fell down the stairs. Yeah, right? The classic cover-up for something way more sinister. Wang Dam isn't buying it. He drops the bomb. He knows Hyungmin is behind this. Sivan's silence speaks volumes. Was he threatened into secrecy? The scene bursts open with a furious character exclaiming their anger, teeth bared and voice booming. As the rage continues, the character clenches their fists in bed, cursing those who have wronged them. Determined, they declare their resolve, stating there's no shift in their thinking. They acknowledge their Bodis weakness but refuse to change their mindset, equating it to losing twice. Suddenly, Laughter erupts from another figure, mocking the character's stubbornness with a sinister grin. The scene opens in a hospital room where one character is lying on a bed, looking serious, while another person is laughing, finding the situation amusing despite the serious tone. The bedridden character expresses frustration, acknowledging the other's boldness, but calling it regrettable, leaving the atmosphere tense. The standing character advises against bottling up emotions, suggesting that sometimes it's better to express anger. The advice continues as the standing character suggests it's okay to be angry about unfairness, implying it's the right reaction. The bedridden character seems alarmed at the mention of taking out the trash, worried about confronting someone named Ju Hyunmin. Concern grows as the bedridden character, now sitting up, questions the other's intentions regarding Ju Hyunmin. The scene ends with the bedridden character in silent contemplation, the room filled with tension and the scene opens with an ordinary school building under a clear sky, setting a deceptively calm backdrop. A student is in agony, clutching their hands, feeling like they're about to break and crying out in pain. Amidst laughter, some students mock the situation, teasing that it resembles what happened to Sivan the day before. Advice is given on how to cause more pain, with a mischievous tone that suggests they're not quite done having fun. Attention shifts to Park Tae-hee, who's looking a bit down, prompting questions about any guilt they might be feeling. The mood takes a darker turn as it's revealed that Sivan is in the hospital, unbeknownst to some. A character menacingly reveals their knowledge of Sivan's family, ensuring that he's too scared to speak out. One character is puzzled, noticing everyone around has suddenly turned serious. They wonder why everyone is putting on such a serious face out of nowhere. Another character chimes in, comparing the group's reaction to seeing a ghost. Their surprise is evident, and the tension in the room is palpable. In the bustling city streets, we spot a mysterious figure wearing a freedom sweatshirt, walking with a swagger that screams in the main character. Things take a wild turn when another character's face is frozen in shock, uttering a bewildered what, as if they've just seen a ghost. A masked figure leaps into action, delivering a jaw-dropping strike that splits the ground like it's made of crackers. Talk about making an entrance. The scene shifts to a group of startled individuals, their faces a mix of surprise and fury. Someone's about to get schooled, and these guys are not ready. Amid the chaos, a fierce individual steps up, warning the others they've picked the wrong person to mess with. The intensity in their eyes could melt steel. The tension reaches its peak as this fierce warrior tells the adversaries to brace themselves, wincing in pain, but clearly ready to throw down. The story kicks off with a transfer student facing a tense situation. As they lie on the floor, one of the students ominously reminds them about a past incident with milk, suggesting they should have kept quiet. Things heat up as another student warns the transfer student that they've entered a tiger's den all alone. It's clear that trouble is brewing. With the room filled with tension, a voice breaks through the chaos, demanding to know what everyone is doing. The crowd seems ready for a showdown. Emotions are running high as one aggressive student orders another to break the transfer student's nose. But before things can escalate, there's a sudden interruption. One of the students, fired up and ready to brawl, yells out, demanding if they think they're just there to watch. The tension in the room reaches its peak. The confrontation erupts into action as one student shouts an expletive, launching into a fierce attack. The room is now a whirlwind of chaos. In the midst of the fight, an unexpected twist occurs. Something surprising happens, leaving everyone in shock with an "oh no" moment. In a dimly lit alley, chaos breaks loose as a menacing figure in a black suit confronts a group of hostile guys. With a fierce shout, tensions hit the roof as one of them charges forward, ready for a showdown. The brawl intensifies, fists swinging wildly. Our mysterious hero takes a punch, but he's far from backing down, retaliating with a powerful strike that sends one attacker reeling. Surprise hits the face of a burly fighter as he finds himself unexpectedly caught off guard. His expression says it all. Huh, what has happened here? High-flying kicks and acrobatics take center stage as the fight reaches new heights. Our hero flips through the air like a martial arts superstar, leaving the crowd stunned. Amidst the chaos, a blurred face emerges, caught in a tense moment. A sharp "ichi" rings out, adding to the confusion as the battle rages on. Attention shifts to a fallen individual, surrounded by concerned onlookers. Confusion and curiosity linger in the air as they wonder what just happened. Amidst pouring rain, a fierce ground battle ensues. Fists meet faces with brutal force as one fighter lets out a painful KUGH. This ain't no friendly sparring match. Two blurred figures engage in a tense conversation, planning their next move. "This lunatic fell right in the middle of us," one remarks. The other suggests taking advantage of the chaos with a devilish grin. An unexpected attack catches our protagonist off guard. "Ek dash!" he exclaims as he barely evades a punch aimed at his head. The air is thick with tension as a group of guys, fueled by anger, close in. "You motherfucker!" one of them shouts, throwing a punch. With a swift move, our protagonist retaliates, landing a solid blow on his attacker. "Ah!" comes the pained response. A fierce command echoes through the chaos. "Kill him immediately." A blonde-haired guy leads the charge, his expression fierce. Surrounded by a hostile crowd, our hero stands his ground. The blonde guy charges, shouting "you," as the confrontation escalates. With lightning speed, our protagonist dodges an attack, his counterpunch hitting its mark. The blonde attacker winces in pain, his face contorted. "Ugh!" he groans as he feels the impact. With a powerful punch, our hero sends the blonde guy reeling. The force of the blow is undeniable. A spectator watches, wide-eyed. "That guy seems stronger than when he fought us," he remarks, clearly impressed. Kneeling on the ground, one of the attackers gasps, "Kook," as he struggles to regain his breath. Another observer, with a worried look, thinks to himself, "Fuck, what's with that bastard? He just mowed down 10 people." Feeling the pressure, the observer notices the audience. "And all of those bastards are watching shit," he mutters, concern etched on his face. In a bustling high school hallway, students are buzzing with gossip. One character chuckles, "Kiki, he's really a lunatic," while pondering how the new transfer student is more capable than they anticipated. As the tension builds, another student questions, "By the way, are you not going to stop them?" indicating that chaos is about to ensue. In the midst of it all, a confident character emerges, pointing out, "Isn't that your personality and curious about?" hinting at the unfolding drama. With curiosity piqued, the character decides, "So I want to see it with my own eyes," as a brawl breaks out, showcasing the transfer student's prowess. Fist fly as someone yells, "You fucker," and the transfer student is locked in an intense fight, dodging and retaliating with precision. The scene intensifies with a close-up of the transfer student, eyes blazing, ready for the next move as a punch is aimed at them. In a surprising twist, an unexpected punch lands with a BAP, leaving onlookers stunned, and someone exclaims, "Eh?" in disbelief. The tension escalates as the transfer student grabs an opponent's hair, pulling them closer with a determined groom. The grip tightens with another groom, showing the transfer student's dominance in the fight, setting the stage for their next move. With a menacing grin, the transfer student taunts, "Please enter," inviting others into the chaos with an eerie welcome. Boom! A fierce face-off erupts as our protagonist stares down an opponent, red lines of fury etched across his face. The tension is so thick, you could cut it with a knife. The scene shifts to an unexpected ambush. Our protagonist, caught off guard, is in the midst of dodging a surprise attack. Things are heating up. With a shout of "This is revenge," fists are flying everywhere. It's a brawl, and our hero is right in the thick of it, trying to hold his own. Enter Park Tae-hee, who's being urged to hold the line. The tension in the air is palpable as the fight rages on. A powerful kick lands with a resounding thud, and tempers flare. The words exchanged are as sharp as the blows being dealt. Face to face, our protagonist and his opponent exchange heated words. The intensity is through the roof as they clash. An explosive move comes out of nowhere, leaving everyone stunned. The air is charged with raw energy as the fight escalates. A shocking revelation. One character's face is frozen in horror, eyes wide at the sight of something unexpected. What could it be? This punk isn't backing down. A fierce punch lands, but our protagonist grits his teeth, determined to fight back. In a swift motion, our protagonist is suddenly caught off guard by a mysterious figure. What's happening now? A curious twist. The protagonist is taken aback by a familiar face, leading to a moment of bewilderment. What a wild ride this is turning out to be. "I'll borrow this," says a mysterious figure, grabbing what looks like a cylindrical object. The tension is thick in the air, and something big's about to go down. Another character jumps in, shouting "Wong damn," with determination. They're ready for a showdown and promise things won't end like last time. A fierce face appears, focusing intensely on their head. You can feel the energy building up, like they're about to unleash something. Our mysterious figure is back, holding the object with a confident smirk. They seem ready to make a bold move. The fierce face returns, still focused on their head. Whatever's coming, it's about to get intense. The mysterious figure dares everyone to come at him, threatening to turn their heads into cup holders. He's got that wild look in his eyes. Chaos ensues. People panic, stepping back, not wanting to be the first to face whatever's coming. With narrowed eyes, the mysterious figure plots their next move. You can almost hear the gears turning in their head.